biggest breakthroughs that I've had along my way learning keys is thinking of melody and harmony as the same thing. And what I mean is that chords, harmony, is just a creative means of altering in a specific set of notes and their order, which actually has foundations in physics and psychoacoustics. So we actually came up with this close order of the notes by understanding them more as they relate to the harmonic series when they're much more spaced out. But that's for a different video. So when we take these notes and we create a different way of playing them, a different order, we get some really interesting chords. And so that's why I think it's really helpful to think of melody and harmony as two sides of the same coin. Now, if you are interested in a modal sound, I encourage you to think about playing two different chords together to get the sum total of your scale. So we can play every note in the C Lydian scale by playing the seventh chord based on the root, a major 7, and then a major 2 chord above it. Listen to that, and then running that up the keyboard. What's so interesting is how natural this sounds compared to what it would sound like to outline the major scale, which is this. See, there's your F natural. So can you hear how the major scale is actually, it's sonically not the most cogent. It's sonically, it has less sonic integrity than the Lydian scale. Isn't that interesting? And I don't think that's an opinion, that's just a fact, and I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying it's true and it exists. So there's more sonic integrity in the Lydian scale because when you stack the harmonic, the fifths, through the circle of fifths, as they would be present in the harmonic series, you notice that the fourth actually comes at the end of the cycle. And so some would argue that makes it the most dissonant in relation to your root. Isn't that fascinating? So because of this, that's what makes it so unharmonious when you... That's what makes that sound kind of weird. So it has to do with physics and psychoacoustics. So now you have a way of outlining a mode, a clear system. You play your major 7 chord based on their first degree of the scale, and then you play a 2 chord up here. And then you can move that sidestep. Make sure you take this into every single key now and really hear the possibilities. Sidestep her all the way down. Listen to how we're just moving by a half step, but it doesn't sound Reiki. It sounds like you're doing something magical. That doesn't really sound being upstairs. So just to reiterate, we're playing a 7-note scale. We're playing it as Gibbs tool. So we snuck a scale into our chord so that all of you can understand better that chords come from scales. That's one of the best bits that I could give you. Scales are the foundation of chords. Don't think of it the other way. It's just not true. So hopefully I can save you before you go down that road of confusion, because I wouldn't want you to think about it that way. I would not want to lead you wrong. I would not want you to go down a path of wasted time when we all have limited time here. So you got to hear me out when I tell you chords come from scales, and you got to play your scales so you can be clear on where those chords come from. It'll make this so much easier. They'll save you a headache. And if you do it slow and correctly now, you'll be off to the races and you'll be enjoying this the rest of your life. And that's what I want for you. So scales birth chords. Chords are the offspring of scales. Sound good? Okay, peace. Until next time. If you found this helpful, please check out the Piano Dojo community. See what they're doing in the dojo. My students are making great progress, and if it's during an enrollment period, which it is because it's the beginning of the summer, we're looking for the next cohort of students so that we can bring you to greater fluency and embodiment of the fundamentals so you can convene with the spirit through music. And if that sounds like something you want more of in your life, then check out the webinar. You'll get a sense of the piano flow method and how it's transforming all of my students and as it has done for me. And if you feel connected to it, you'll get a call to action to move forward on that. So until next time, everybody, take care.